The room was too bright for something meant to feel routine. White walls, white sheets, the kind of cleanliness that suggests nothing bad ever happens here if you follow instructions. I followed them all. The vasectomy had been my idea, at least that's how I'd framed it. Practical. Responsible. The last compromise in a marriage built on endless ones. No more maybes. No more future negotiations. Just a clean decision, signed and scheduled. The anesthesiologist told me to count backward. I remember getting to 97 before the world softened but didn't disappear. I didn't panic when I realized I could still hear. Panic would have required certainty. At first, it was just sound without edges. Murmur, metal, breath behind a mask. Then the surgeon spoke clearly, not to me. Is his wife still in the waiting room? There was a pause. Papers rustled. Yes, doctor. Good. After we finish, I need you to give her this envelope. Don't let him see it. Something cold moved through my chest, sharp enough to cut through the fog. The nurse didn't question him. That's what told me everything before I knew anything at all. I lay still, not frozen, deciding. There's a difference. If I spoke now, it would be easy for them to dismiss me. Residual awareness. Medication talking. I'd seen that look before, the one that politely explains your reality back to you until you accept theirs. So I stayed quiet. The procedure continued. I focused on breathing, on keeping my face slack, my body compliant. I memorized the cadence of their voices, the efficiency. This wasn't a mistake. It was coordinated. When it was over, they told me everything had gone smoothly. My wife was brought in briefly, her hand warm in mine, her voice carefully normal. She asked how I felt. I said fine because that word has always done a lot of work for me. Then they separated us again. Recovery protocol. I watched through the doorway as the nurse approached her. Watched the envelope change hands. Plain. Unmarked. Light enough to disappear into her bag like it had always belonged there. She didn't look surprised. That was the longest 30 minutes of my life. Not because I was imagining what was inside, but because part of me still wanted it to be nothing. Consent form. Billing. Anything that would let me feel foolish instead of right. Eventually, I saw it. Not directly, not then. I saw the way her posture shifted when she opened it. The way she read faster than someone encountering new information. The way she folded it carefully, not shaking, not rushing. Recognition, not discovery. Later, alone in a recovery room while she went to get the car, the nurse returned. This time, she didn't meet my eyes. She left the envelope on the counter. No explanation, no apology, just a small administrative mercy. Inside was documentation, clean, legal, paternity agreement. Not for me, for someone else. Timelines that didn't need imagination to connect. Dates that explained years of distance I'd politely misunderstood. I didn't cry. I felt something worse. Clarity. There was no dramatic confrontation. I didn't ask questions whose answers were already printed. I didn't wait for excuses shaped like feelings. I signed the discharge papers with a steady hand. On the drive home, she talked about traffic, about stopping for food. I listened like a guest. At the house, I packed only what I needed. Clothes, documents, the things that were unquestionably mine. I left the rest untouched, not out of generosity, but because I didn't want my departure to become another argument she could revise later. Before I left, I looked around once. Not for memories, for confirmation. I sent a single message to my employer, then another to a friend 2 towns over. Practical steps. Forward motion. By evening, I was on the highway, the town shrinking behind me. No music. No speeches rehearsed in my head. Just the quiet understanding that staying would have required pretending not to know something my body had recognized instantly. Self-preservation isn't dramatic. It doesn't announce itself. Sometimes it's just the decision to keep driving, even when the road ahead is unfamiliar, because turning back would mean lying to yourself, and you've finally learned the cost of that.